Alright, Bludger Films podcast, number 3. We've got James,
Dante,
Sean,
Grizz,
Nick,
and Kenny.
Full house tonight.
Featuring Dante.
Well, except for Jackson. Jackson.
we missed it. Yeah.
Just don't talk.
Good introduction, Chris. Welcome to your first podcast.
Oh, this is a good.
We do That's how we talk.
Alright.
Don't even have a filter, just say
Whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
No,
You
he needs
don't
a
want to do
filter.
that.
He needs
Yeah,
a
actually,
You
filter.
don't want to do that.
Alright.
Pandora's
Have a
box
physical
has been
filter.
opened.
Nick, you were going to lead us into something, I believe.
Oh, I saw in the news last week, just on my Facebook post, that Big Day Out was cancelled for next year.
I know, I saw that.
James
Cancelled!
James already
That's
knows.
because it's been getting shitter and shitter for like the last 4
And then,
years.
did you
at
see a
least.
few days later, Soundwave has been expanded to a 2-day festival?
No.
So they've combined.
I forgot
That's what I
Soundwave
thought at first.
existed.
Festivals are really on the rise, though. Like, there's so many new festivals happening, and all of them are so specifically catered to a certain genre, and like.
Because everyone is like pigeonholing their
Yeah.
music.
And nowadays, like Big Day Out, it's just like, well, what is it? It's just music
It's
Just
a
a whole
mix.
mix,
for music's sake, and no one wants to go anymore.
I couldn't even tell you who played last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've never really gone or noticed
Never
about
followed
it.
it?
No, I never followed any of
Oh
it.
man, I just remember early high school was like the place to go. Not that I ever went, but you know.
Everyone was like,
Really?
yeah, I'm going to Soundwave. I've got my
Has
tickets.
anyone actually
No,
been
Big
to?
Day
Has anyone ever been
My
to
mistake.
Big Day Out before?
No.
Apart from me.
Have you been?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
So I was
That's
out.
the show off.
I saw Ramstein there.
Oh,
I saw
Tits?
John Butler Trio.
Hey, John Butler.
I saw.
With
Oh, there's
passion.
a lot of people that I didn't even know there. Actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's a festival with lots of strangers there.
Oh. Says something. He's a fucking smart ass comment.
First thing he says for the podcast.
You said his name.
Welcome,
Oh, yeah, that's
Dante.
true, that's true.
Yeah, guys.
Hey, you didn't know you were here.
I finally
Just
joined.
in case you forgot, Dante is a pagan.
But
Chris is
it was Greasy Day Bacon.
Yeah.
Is a pagan.
Chris Tuesday Bacon. That's the best. Okay, so I can finally. I've been not talking about this for like ages with Sean. I don't know if anyone else will even have any idea.
Oh.
Game of Thrones, Lady
yeah.
Stoneheart.
So yeah,
No. It's,
Lady Stoneheart. Have you guys know anything about Lady Stoneheart?
No.
I do mind hearing about it.
Is this
It's-
is going to be in the TV
No.
show or
No, that's what we're talking about. Lady Stoneheart, Catelyn Stark, is supposed to come back as a zombie. She's known as Lady Stoneheart. She gets reanimated.
what?
Yeah, and it's like a real. I think I haven't read the books, but I think it's like a big thing in the books.
It is. The Brotherhood Without Banners finds her in the river 3 days after she dies. And their leader, you know how he got revived when the Hound killed him?
Yeah.
He gives his life to bring her back.
Yeah.
And then she leads the Brotherhood Without Banners.
So
And
she's
she's just
crazy.
hunting
All
everybody.
Lannisters. Anyone who has anything to do with the Lannisters.
It
Absolutely anyone.
kind of isn't quite the same as the sort of mood of the show is now, though.
I don't know. I really thought it was gonna happen at the end of the season.
I think they could have made it so.
So are they
epic.
not including that in the TV show?
They're not doing it. She apparently hasn't.
Honestly,
been
I'm not
cast,
actually too worried about that.
but
I
you just
think,
found out.
But
yeah,
the
but
thing is,
I'm not angry that they're leaving that out. It seems pretty excessive.
I think it's like the biggest thing, as far as I know, that they've left out from the books.
so was it just confirmed that the same actor wasn't coming back, or
I don't know.
actress? Sorry, politically correct.
I think what I
'Cause if they had a
read
different
was that they felt that it just wasn't going to happen for the show, or something like that. And
That makes sense.
I don't know if they're just trying to keep up talk of Game of Thrones, but
they might have felt that if they put a zombie type character, they would have lost a lot of viewers because
Well,
quite
it's
a
not so much a
medieval,
zombie. It's
sort of a medieval feel show. They don't really want.
it's not so much a zombie. It's like
Well, it's not.
she
just-
can't
back to
talk
life.
or anything.
that's because of the massive slit in her throat. That's what she can talk.
I'm not sure. Anyway, I was really excited about
Yeah,
seeing it.
you never know as well. They could
They could
do
They could- it
something
could be
similar with a different character.
And they could do exactly Lady Stoneheart and just be like a
Delayed.
red herring or something.
I'm pretty bummed about that Lady Stoneheart thing.
How
Because just
cool.
hearing about it, it sounds really awesome.
Yeah, I'll find a photo or something because it looks really cool.
She does look very possible.
I have a theory. Maybe they're going to use Melisandre as like a replacement for Lady Stoneheart because like she like went to see the Brotherhood and they were like, oh, you're alright.
Oh yeah, I guess.
They could.
Like instead of
The
bringing
red
back
woman.
honestly,
She'd have no
not.
reason to
I mean,
understand.
Catelyn wasn't exactly that popular a character, whereas
It was
Melisandre
sort of nothing.
like is like iconic to the show.
Yeah.
Tits.
Yeah, it's
How fucking cool was it when?
You got her tits out?
Yeah.
which time?
When Stannis just fucking rocked up with his hordes of
Ah,
cavalry
yeah,
and just like
that was pretty
swept
cool.
through the forest.
I really liked that.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, I really liked those last 2 episodes. I reckon that's
So
the
much.
best end to a season Game of Thrones has had.
Oh,
Should we stop talking about Game of Thrones because of the spoilers?
probably.
Or
Just cut it out if
Since it's just us listening.
yeah, who fuck cares? No one's even gonna hear.
I guess you
I'm
can put
not
it in
even-
the
I don't
description.
even contribute to
spoilers.
this.
He
So
hasn't
that's-
said a word.
I haven't
like the
said
whole
anything because I
podcast.
have no idea what you're talking about.
We can talk about something else.
I don't know. I don't care.
I saw an interview with Charles Dance, who plays Tywin Lannister.
Oh.
Charles Dance.
He's a serious guy.
Is he?
He's just like the character.
Why? What did he
Yeah.
say?
I saw. Oh,
It's
sorry.
just
Legacy.
This is
Didn't say any jokes or anything. They were asking him about like the characters and all that, and it was just very straightforward answers.
I like him.
Yeah.
I don't. On that topic of him, I saw a trailer last night for a movie called Dracula Unbound or
Oh,
something
that's
like that. It was really good.
Ugh.
It was really good.
I don't like the guy.
Yeah, coming from Vampy 999, eh? Yeah.
Hey, yay. Wait.
And yeah, Tywin, what was his name?
Charles Dance.
Yeah, he plays, I guess, like the vampire lord that empowers Dracula.
Empowers Dracula.
He like turns him into a vampire.
Hope it's as good as Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I haven't seen
looks
that.
That's a
Did you
pretty
like
good
that?
movie.
No, you did not.
The worst movie I've ever seen.
Hey, that was
I nearly cut my dick off. That's how fucking bad that movie was. So
I
bad.
thought it was good for a
Passion.
laugh still.
Bit of a
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
you
quite
don't go
funny.
into it
It
too
was quite
I
seriously.
couldn't even handle it. I was like, no way.
What is it about it?
It's Abraham Lincoln.
Just Abe Lincoln.
What a fucking stupid concept. Oh, Abraham Lincoln, oh, he hunted fucking vampires.
That's the point.
and
meant
it's
to
like,
be
oh,
a
it's
kind
gonna
of-
be in 3D. Oh, I hate the whole 3D thing.
Oh yeah,
Not
3D
like
is
3D at all.
rubbish.
It's such a piece of shit.
Until you can walk around in a movie, I don't want to see any 3D shit.
They need
Yeah.
to make it so much better because at the moment it's just a gimmick. Like,
It's
Stagnating.
especially bad. You guys have no idea. With glasses, it's just so much worse. It hurts to wear the motherfucking things, and
Don't have
it
glasses.
doesn't work properly.
Give you words.
Why don't you just
I'm
pay
not
for
sure
laser
about
surgery?
I'm gonna pay for laser surgery specifically to see 3D.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
in
turn
fact,
it
just
off
get,
when I'm not watching them.
get 3D lenses put on your eyeballs.
It's in 3D.
have you guys seen? It was a little while ago. I might have shown you. There's these two little things that they put on the side of
Ah,
the skull, and
that
it
was like 3 years ago.
It makes you blink so quick. It like simulates 3D glasses,
Yeah, because
and it's involuntary. So your eyes are just like.
It's so fucking
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
That sounds
I remember
scary as
you-
hell.
Oh, it is. I'll
It
show you the
looks-
video after the podcast.
and to you, it just looks like
We'll
you're
put it
just
in the
looking
link,
like
though.
that, and yeah, they're just
Oh,
like.
it licked up the...
So you're actually blinking constantly.
Yeah, it like
really, really
stimulates
fast.
the muscles in your eyelids to blink at like.
So you
I
don't
know,
see.
what
It
is
doesn't look like
30
you're
times a
blinking,
second
but
or
it like
something?
puts it out of sync. So it's like the two layers. So it
Which is exactly what the
rejoins
glasses do. They sort of make it.
They
flicker.
bend the light
Ideas.
in two different angles, and it makes it.
I just thought it was
Yeah.
magic.
It doesn't remind me.
Way to burst my bubble.
Sorry,
Bubble.
sorry.
So
It is
Chris was saying to James to just get laser surgery. I
Yeah.
saw on the Facebook page the I fucking love science.
Language.
Okay.
Do you love it that much, Nick?
That's a good
Fucking
page. It's a
do.
very good page.
Has anyone else liked I fucking hate science?
I saw
so
you liked
funny.
it. I was going to like it, but I'm like, I
What
just
is
can't bring myself to
It's
like
so
it.
funny.
What is it?
It's just a send up of I fucking love
Yeah.
science. It just
Don't they just post bogus?
yeah
as
they
fuck
post like quotes from like Charles Darwin. There's talk about like ball sacks and stuff like that. Complete like utter crap. It is perfect.
shit. I'm gonna have to like it.
So it was this Russian scientist who was working on a U-70 synchrotron.
What is that?
Think of what that is.
Think
There was some malfunctioning, so he had to work on it. And when he was trying to fix it,
Ah,
the
yeah.
proton beam shot through his head.
Yeah.
What?
He said he felt no pain, but saw a flash brighter than 1,000 suns. And after the accident,
over 1,000 tons.
after the accident, his face swelled up and the skin began to peel.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. You see there, like
I saw that the other day. It was like, it's pretty
everything went
intense.
through.
So
Just imagine
Did he
how
die?
small. No,
No, he
he's
survived.
still
Still alive
alive.
today.
What was it in, like the 60s or
So
Yeah,
it's just like
70s,
super swell.
And he's still alive, and it was literally a proton, wasn't it, or like
It was
an
like-
alpha
yeah.
beam or something.
Yeah.
So it was like basically half of an atom, and it just went through his head, and it what?
There's 3 parts that make up an atom. Neutron, protons, and electrons.
No, it was like
Electrons
half
are
of an
pretty
atom.
much
so it's
negligible
the
in the
nucleus,
size
I
of
think.
an atom.
Huh?
The electron is practically negligible.
Oh, let's just see how
When you chemistry.
Anyway, it went through his head.
Makes
as James
sense.
was saying.
Did he suffer any brain damage?
Yes, it says he's still alive,
He's not deaf in one
today. He's deaf in his left ear. He gets increased fatigue, occasional complex partial seizures, and rare tonic-clonic seizures.
What's tonic-clonic?
Does he have any superpowers?
That's what I
Russian.
thought it was going.
Oh, shit.
It's Russian.
You can drink a lot of vodka.
Chicken is scared of protons now.
Get
Pretty awkward.
a
Shit.
He gets really edgy around StarCraft. He's like, fucking protons.
Chill out. Calm the fuck down.
Expanding.
They need more pylons.
So it turns out that this guy is like actually the hive mind for the
He's a
Zerg.
fucking Cerberus.
Whoa.
He
That's what
he
happens.
invents like the
That's
Zerg
dangerous.
just to make sure that the Protoss can never get to him.
Russia's a crazy place. Anything can happen in Russia.
I would love to go to Russia.
I'd be too scared.
I'm going over to Europe next year.
Are you going to Russia?
Run us through your plan,
Is Russia
Nicholas.
in Europe?
Half of it is. Like partly
Partly Russia, partly
Partly
Asia.
Russian.
Because when I think of Europe, I think Europe, Asia, but Russia, you could
Just
It's like
Yeah.
from
Here's
Europe
the world,
above
and this
Asia.
is Russia.
It's Eurasia.
And this is my dick.
Whoa!
And this is Dante's.
Little penis.
Vagina.
Yeah.
Little e.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
so when I'm going overseas,
Yeah.
I'm flying out of Melbourne, going into
You
London.
taking an airplane? Or?
You're just gonna take off. Alright, I'm in Melbourne. Boom!
Why'd I pay for this?
Pay for the
Continue this.
So the tour starts in London. We go across the English Channel and then drive down to Paris. We stay in Paris for 2 nights, then drive down to Switzerland.
Ooh.
Stay in Switzerland for a
How
night or
fucking
2.
far is that to drive?
Oh, it's
Do
not
you
a-
drive?
It's not even that far.
It's not
It's a
far.
tour. It's like a bus. for a
Okay.
tour.
I think like you drive, like, whoa, that is ages.
That's not actually that far.
It's practically
like, a
like
day's
going
travel.
from Melbourne to Adelaide.
Yeah.
If you would
That's
go
8
like
hours.
That's still a drive.
internationally.
That's still like
Everything's a drive.
And
yeah,
then
it's like a decent drive. Like,
That's a
It's like
decent
a road
drive.
trip.
a decent drive.
Dada.
after Switzerland, we're driving down to Florence in Italy.
I love
Should be
Florence.
nice.
That's so good.
And then we go
What's
down
she
to
doing there?
Rome.
Continue.
Go down to Rome for a couple of nights, then up to Venice. And then we go on up to Salzburg, which is in Austria, which is where they film the Sound of Music.
That's where Hitler was born.
So the hills are quite alive there.
Yeah, they are.
He was obviously Russian.
And then we drive up to Heidelberg in Germany. And
Heisenberg.
then we're
Is that
going
where
up
you
to Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Fort Wayne.
Laser.
Fuck yeah!
There is the
Go there on the
Blaze.
20th of April.
If you're going to ever, that's where you've got to do it.
We're going over to Bruges, which is in Belgium.
Then you'll be in Bruges. You fucking have to take a photo
I
saying
will.
in Bruges.
Oh,
You have to use a Irish accent while you're there as well.
And say cunt a lot.
Yeah.
and
And
then
then
we're
shoot
going
a
back to
kid.
London.
Yeah.
shoot a kid.
Definitely shoot a kid.
One of you can jump out of the tower.
Nick was
and one of
planning on
you-
shooting.
No, I got to jump out of the tower. His name's
Anyway.
Ken. So I got to. I'll
You
come
gotta
in, I'll jump out of the
Hey,
tower.
hey,
Where are you staying in Florence?
Lawrence.
Do you know about your accommodation? Or do you have to sort that out yourself?
The
Nick,
tour is
where?
booked, like the tour company is booked all the
How?
accommodation.
How much
How
did
many
that
meals
cost?
are involved?
Why?
Well,
13 breakfasts and 10 dinners for 14 days.
Each day.
13.
while you're in
What about second breakfast?
I
I don't know why I said that. I said that was creepy.
Crazy.
What about second breakfast?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
You've seen it, haven't you? You've seen Lord of the Rings.
What's their reply to that? It's like, I don't think
They
they've
don't-
heard of that or something.
Yeah.
The two hobbits are complaining that they're hungry. He's like, we've already had breakfast. He's like, you've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
Ah.
And he's like, full-on hit.
So have you
He's
been
like,
to-
he's probably never heard of it.
Europe.
Yes.
When did you go to Europe?
I went to Europe in 2004, I think it was.
What did you do there?
We went on a 6-month holiday.
Wow.
Started in England, saw some relatives there. Stayed in. We rented a van because there was about 9 of us in the group, and we drove down to Spain. Went to a wedding there. Went across to Italy.
Yep.
Did you know the people that were getting married, or
I knew
did
them.
you just like rock up to
rock up to a
Spain?
random
Yeah,
wedding.
there's a
I
wedding. I might
actually
as well
knew,
just
I knew
watch.
them
Oh, so you-
through my aunt and uncle.
Espa?
I didn't actually know them very
Oh,
well at all.
okay.
It was awesome being there. It was just like awesome food
Just
everywhere.
waving a flag. Española!
Whoa!
Did you get any tacos?
Tacos
Mexico.
are
What the hell,
good.
man? God damn
Come on,
it.
Dante.
They will speak Spanish, I'm saying.
Oh,
I
good
got,
call.
I got in
Say.
the ring with a bull.
Really?
What?
Really?
No.
Oh,
Bum ring
shit.
with a ball.
Yeah, after Spain we went to Italy, and that's where I injured my leg.
What'd you do?
I gashed my leg on a fence.
Yeah.
You did a gas in
Scar
your leg.
there.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
After that we went to Turkey.
Oh.
The food
Did you
there
go to
was
Istanbul?
amazing.
Did you go to the
Constantinople.
beach?
Hey!
Did you go to the beach?
To Anzac Cove.
How'd you get in?
We did go to Anzac Cove.
That would have been cool.
It was pretty good. It wasn't the highlight of the.
No, I
trip,
wouldn't
but
call it. I don't think it'd ever be a highlight unless that's why you were going.
Yeah.
Break this team.
Then we went to Egypt, then Singapore, then home.
Fucking hell, that's a big trip.
Me and Sean have been to America.
Yeah,
Not
America's
together,
fun.
but different.
Oh, I was there when you went.
Is that when you got married?
Yeah. I went to Vegas, and because I was 16, it says in all the hotel and casino lobbies, no loitering under the age of 21. So when we went to the hotels or place, we just had to walk and not stop.
Straight through.
Yeah.
That's what it was like when I was a kid. We went to Crown, and it was like,
Yeah.
no,
I was like in the line to get some pizza at the food court, and I was like, had to stand there, and I'm like, what if I get kicked out because I'm standing here?
I'm loitering.
Do they
be
not
nice
have like
to them.
waiting areas for
Yeah, you're not
kids?
being
No,
nice.
I don't know.
I meant to stay in the
Playpens
hotel
or
room.
something?
That's what I had to do when we were in Vegas. When someone said
And in
Heisenberg
Vegas.
before, back to that.
Get
I
on your
saw a
knees.
report yesterday, or an article about Better Call Saul. It's going to start in like the 60s and lead up to Breaking Bad, through Breaking Bad, and after Breaking Bad. And Bryan Cranston's going to be in it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to have some bits from Breaking Bad and reveal like the aftermath, like what happened beforehand,
That'd be
like,
interesting.
what Saul was up to during it.
Honestly, Sol is not
That'd
my
be
favorite
interesting.
character by a long
No,
shot.
definitely
but,
not. But I
like,
think
He has potential for
he's in a
good
position
show.
where he can be linked to so many different
Yeah.
characters.
Is it going to be sort of just episodic and just like each episode is completely isolated from the last?
I don't know
or
yet. I think it's going to be like a proper series, but it'll jump around a bit.
How are they going to like show his aging?
They'll just sort of change his style, I guess.
You say you hope he's not Asian?
Aging.
That too.
You
That'd
should
be kinda
recast him as
scary.
an Asian man.
But the cool's hood.
Sorry.
We want to talk about the game that we're most looking forward to next. Like,
Destiny.
Predictable.
I don't know.
God.
Alright, give
I
me-
think I'm looking forward to the Lord of the Rings one the most.
Oh, yeah.
That looks
Shadow of Mordor?
so good.
Yeah.
which
So
one
good.
is
Shadow of
this?
Mordor, actually.
Game.
Yeah,
Shadow of the
obviously
Ring.
game.
What's it called? Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor. What kind of game is
It's
it?
like
It's an
Assassin's
open world.
Creed.
Yeah.
I do not follow games at all. I
That's-
don't know anything really.
You're an agent of Gondor.
Yeah, thanks for that.
A ranger of Gondor in Mordor before Sauron. Is it Sauron?
Saruman?
Saruman.
Or
Mate,
Sauron?
I think pretty sure it's Sauron.
Which one? The really bad
Sauron's
one
the
or
biggest.
the one?
Pretty sure it's
The kinda
Sauron
bad
before what his return to Mordor, and he comes through like all his orcs follow and all that.
So it's the first war.
Sort of,
like,
but you
first
die
era.
right at the start,
You're right.
Yeah.
and you're
Oh,
like
You're like
I
a good
hate-
race.
I hate games like that where you were once a
no,
you're
you've
a-
got your memory. It just brings you back.
die. I don't like that.
Have you seen
Apparently,
gameplay
apparently
of
your
it,
character is going to be very,
No.
very linked to the ring race. So something's going to happen. But you can like
Ring Road.
The Ring Road.
you can like dominate different orcs, and you can like convert them to your side.
Dominate!
Yeah. Look, just watch some
Can
gameplay.
you
You'll
use
see.
leather
How
whips
fast can you drive?
and fluffy handcuffs?
You can do all sorts of stuff. It's just it looks.
Is it basically just like a Lord of the Rings sex simulator?
Yes. It's easy. But there's a nemesis system.
Just what Chris
Every
wanted.
every orc is like
Just what Chris
different.
wanted.
Yeah.
Every orc is different, and the wounds you like put on them, they're still gonna have them later, and they're gonna remember you.
What?
Yeah.
Orc bosses, like they try to escape. So say they do manage to escape, they'll remember you. They'll grow stronger. There's like the enemy evolves throughout the game, and you can manipulate their ranks.
Isn't that technically just a normal like difficulty
No.
curve though?
No.
Things get more difficult as you progress through the
No.
game.
There's like special interactions with the ones that you get away. Like they come back later and it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you again. They send all the guys after you, and
Like they actually send
again,
missions
all that sort of
after you.
I don't think that's that impressive.
Look, watch some gameplay. You'll like it. I think.
It does look
Maybe.
pretty cool.
Why are you excited about Destiny, Dante?
It just looks like,
I'm
He
quite
is a Bungie
excited.
fanboy.
oh yeah, fucking Xbox, don't fucking no PS.
I think it's just
360 no escape.
Oh,
I don't
Like
think it's going to
PS4.
live up to the hype.
I think it's
I don't
got
think
way
it
too
will.
much hype.
Have you guys been seeing like the alpha gameplay and stuff? You should actually watch it.
Bungie generally lives up to the hype.
They do.
No,
Yeah.
they don't. The Halo games
What?
really got dry after a
What?
while.
Halo 4 is the only Halo game I had an amazing amount of fun with.
Yeah, me too.
I
I
thought
got
it
haven't
really
played
That's
on
not
to
Bungie,
Halo.
man.
Okay,
Three
fuck
and
Bungie then. What was the last Bungie one? Was that Reach or was that ODST? Oh, I like Reach a lot. I would say Reach
Reach
was
was
equal
fun.
with Halo
Yeah,
4.
I've heard like people that were skeptical about Destiny before the alpha have sort of changed their minds and stuff. But there's a lot more
I
to it
can't
now.
wait for the beta to come out later this month. I'm going to be playing that so much.
You coming out?
It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
it's
I'm
really
trying to
in
whether I
depth.
should play it or not, like the beta.
Oh, I just wait till.
I think I'm
No,
yeah.
I'm gonna play the beta.
I don't think I'm gonna play it.
I would
I've got
totally
access
play
to
I'm
the
going
beta.
to, but
I might log in to claim all those rewards that I've.
I got Heroes of the Storm
Oh.
Alpha.
Wow.
Nice.
Have you played it?
I played. I played a little bit
I
of
played
it.
MOBAs to death. I don't think I can handle another one.
Well,
I
I.
think you might like.
But what was it like? When I heard Heroes of the Storm was gonna happen, I'm like, oh, I should start playing some MOBAs. So I played a little bit of Dota. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really like MOBAs. But I
I
played
feel like your little bit of Dota
I-
was like a single
I
game
downloaded that
which you couldn't
one
play
with
for.
goals you told me to download.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
No,
what I'm saying.
not-
That's
not
my
Dota.
story.
Dota.
No, this is my story. I'm saying I played like barely any, so I really have not experienced Dota or any MOBAs at all properly.
I don't think I've
So-
ever played a MOBA.
I played like 5 minutes of it, and I thought it was good. It reminded me so much of the fucking StarCraft 2
It's
first mission though.
incredibly
It's
stressful.
just Jim Raynor walking
kind of
around
game.
sniping cunts.
Is that what did you play as Jim Raynor?
You have to play for the start, I think.
There is no game like genre that frustrates and stresses me out more than MOBAs.
And yet you
I
play
think
so-
I give
used to
up on
play
them
so
too
much.
quickly because
Well-
I'm not obviously I'm not going to be good with them at the start, and everyone that I'm playing with is like, oh lol, you're so fucking bad. I'm like, I've literally just started.
I like even had a 5-win streak. That's I've still
Yeah.
got a 5-win streak going in Dota, and I have no like desire to play it anymore because it just makes me feel bad.
If you lose.
Even if I win,
Oh.
I'm feeling bad the whole way
Really?
through because I feel so much pressure.
To do anything good.
I feel
Well,
like
that's-
Heroes of the Storm
the
might be
games
better
don't
because
cause that,
Blizzard
the players
caters
cause
to a
all that
different
pressure.
audience than Dota, but
Dig.
still.
Yeah, I reckon Blizzard are really good at like matchmaking levels. You know, like
Yeah.
they're good at matching you with people with
Mhm.
similar.
Especially
skill.
PvP and WoW and a level 80s next year.
Well, I don't know if that counts. New one,
It's so funny.
After you showed me the role playing stuff, I was like, do I start a character now? Do I play role playing? No.
But
It's
everyone
kinda
just
fun.
fucks.
It actually is fun. Like,
I know, it
to
looks
do
like
in
it could be.
moderation.
People kept sending me
But
guild
it's
invites, and
gay
I'd send them
as
back.
shit.
I'd send them back a reply like, "Hello, good sir." I'm like, I can't fucking do this. Like, I'd reply like trying to play a character. I'm like, no, I don't.
You don't do it like
I
that.
don't want to do it.
It's an acquired
May I
skill.
suck your cock, good sir? Oh yes, sir.
I just had fun, like, running around the city, just pretending to roleplay and, like, making stories out of, like, what I saw in the city.
That was so funny when you did it the other time.
Something's clearly going to happen here.
Yeah.
If you just people running in the corridor.
This tavern isn't really occupied that much, and one person on the bed, and then there's a freaking Drano right behind you. Like,
Yeah,
What
did
I
you
like.
do?
I like went onto the role playing server and
So
just walked
funny.
around, and I like went to the church and like saw this guy standing there, and then all of a sudden this chick, like dressed as like a witch, came in with like this child next to her, and it just looked like a hostage like turnover.
What?
And so I was like doing commentary on on this hostage turnover.
Were you just writing, or you?
No, I was talking. No, because I was like Sean and Jackson. And
Yeah, it
Kenny
was just
were
like an
watching me.
NPC child that usually walks into the church, but these players arrange themselves so they look like they're like
Stealing it.
part of the
Yeah,
the
Like,
scene, like the
they
I
were
scene.
can't
role-playing.
fathom what is happening.
But then later I went to this inn, and I was just like, oh, no one really comes here because it's a shitty inn. There's not much to look at. I go upstairs and there's a guy AFK naked sitting on the bed. So I go over to him and I start like sitting down, standing up like quickly, pretending to rape him in his sleep.
And then he's like
for
facing
no real
the window.
reason. And then all of a sudden I turn around and there's just this Draenei guy standing in the doorway.
Just watching.
And I'm just like, oh, I was just cleaning the room, and then one thing led to another.
And then he ran out. Like,
Excuse
Is that how you roleplay?
That's
Basically-
that's exactly what he said.
That's that's not how you roleplay, but that's how
That's
I
how
chose
you
to.
roleplay.
Yeah. That's how I mess
That's not
with
how you
people
roleplay.
that
It's how you
roleplay.
roleplay. Right, I get it.
But the whole server's just full of people in like these
Gold
skimpy outfits, like all female, like males are just like half naked.
It's really weird. I get really creeped out by like nerds who, get turned on by
Get off
playing
by
female
fake
characters and
things.
stuff. Which leads me into this.
One
This is
person
what
that
happened
lives
last
in
night.
Oh.
Right? I can
That's
finally
true.
talk about this. Last night I got a message from this random person, right? It's just this chick, like Glory Dibbins, I think the name was. It just said hi. I'm like, what? Okay. And it's just obviously a fake profile because I looked at it, there was like nothing really on there. I'm like, oh, this is a bit weird. And then I noticed that, I know this one guy, he's like, I don't know, he's like 40 or something. And, he's like the biggest nerd ever. And, I was like, oh, that's a mutual friend. I got a mutual friend with that guy. I'm like, oh, that's a bit weird. Then I noticed that the profile picture was changed an hour ago to that female. That was the picture. I'm like, what? Before that, it was a dog. I'm like, what? This guy had posted on the page before, and he's like, about going to like all these dog events and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? So I sussed out, this was a Facebook profile this guy made for his dog. He also had another one for his other dog. It was Molly and Glory Dibbins. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So he's made his profile, he changed the picture to a female, and he messaged me hi. Creeped me the fuck out. I can't remember what I said. I was like, hey, who are you or something? And I found out later that he also messaged my sister saying hi.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. And so I think obviously he was trying to, I don't know what he was doing. He is heavily involved in like Geelong nerd gaming, and I think he does a lot of like Pathfinder stuff. So he's like super nerd, and yeah.
He'd probably be good.
And
as a,
so after
GM,
I sort of,
like, fuck yeah.
after I sort of caught him out on the shit, I'm like, what the fuck? He just blocked me, and I'm like, that is very disappointing. I really wanted to know what his fucking agenda was. I said, hello, who are you? What is happening? Are you a dog? And then I sent this picture, which Chris told me to send. Hello, yes, this is dog. And then, yeah, I was just blocked. And it was a very weird experience for me.
You can't rule out raping either.
What do you mean?
Like, someone could have gotten onto his account and decided to mess with his friends.
I guess they could have.
But it's more entertaining to think that it was him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna believe that he made this to try and get some sort of sexual satisfaction. That's just what I'm saying.
I can't imagine how you would get off on that.
I don't know. I don't know how the fuck nerds get off. They just do. It just happens.
Coming
Just ask us.
back round
Wait.
to, you were saying female characters in
Well, maybe
games,
she's
like
not
get
right.
attracted to them.
Yeah.
I played Guild Wars 1 for like 2 weeks, and I created this female character, and I put it like, I don't know, I just had a
Wait,
name.
what's this in?
Get Guild Wars 1. I had a female character that was like my warrior. This guy came up to me in the game and gave me 10 gold in trade. I'm like, hey, thanks. He's like, can I get a kiss? I'm like,
What?
so I hit enter and
Slash
press
kiss.
X and press enter. And he's like, oh, thanks, babe. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
What?
Anyway, this went on for about 2 days. And then I said, hey, look, this is not actually my brother's account. I'm not going to be able to play for a while. If I give you my password, can you play for me and get me all this stuff?
What?
He legit thought I was a girl, and he did it for me. I logged on 2 months later and showed Nathan, and it was more money and armor and value in that account than Nathan had got playing the game for 6 years.
What?
Anything for pussy.
Yeah.
That is
Apparently
so
it's-
weird.
I
Why would you
probably-
trust him with your account?
It was an account that I made. I never was going to play the first one.
Oh, wow.
It was like a different account to my Guild Wars 2 account, but it was linked to like the prestige system, whatever it was. So the more you'd done in the first game, the more you unlocked when you started the second one. So I had like most of the stuff, and I hardly played the first game.
Guild Wars wasn't subscription.
Wow.
No.
So it
So, yeah,
didn't
like-
really like hurt you either way.
No, not at all. Like
And
there's no
then
subscription.
He had
There's
no
no
incentive to do it.
none, other than me typing XX every now and then in the thing.
It does remind me of something that happened when I played WoW. Like
It was you, wasn't it?
No.
You were the other guy.
His life is a fucking lie.
Just
Yeah.
start sweating.
He has a fucking shrine in his cupboard.
It's like
Dedicated to
dedicated
your
screenshot
character.
of your
Character.
Far out.
No, but back when I started playing WoW, I was about level 40 or so, and so I was
Immediately.
I was in Tanaris. What?
You just make a character level 40 like,
Whatever.
that's how I do it.
So I was level 40, so I was leveling in Tanaris, and in Tanaris there's a dungeon called Zul'Farrak, I think it is.
Excuse me?
And
Hey, fucking nerd.
and if you did this dungeon and got 2 separate swords, which were both really rare drop, then you could combine them together and make an epic sword for level 40. And I really, really wanted this. But I got a whisper from a level 70 rogue, because level 70 was the maximum at the time. And he was like, would you be interested in swapping accounts with me? And I was like, I don't really know if I can trust you. But eventually I decided, yeah, alright, I'll do this. I'm not really enjoying Paladin as much as I could be. And so we ended up swapping account details and everything. And I started playing on his level 70 rogue, and I decided, nah, I don't want to skip ahead. I want to actually play through the content. So I recovered my password without like even telling him, and just got my account back.
So you're the one that's like, I don't trust you, and then you go and screw
Yeah.
him over.
And I get back on to my paladin, and he's leveled up like 5 times, and he's got the epic sword that I was like farming for
So you're
like,
just like,
days
yes!
upon end, and he just gets nothing.
Did he say he
So
lost
did
his
you
account?
keep his
Oh
account?
no, I
or-
didn't keep his account. I gave it back because he could just like recover his password at any time as well.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
what
was
he was
that.
playing.
There's no way I would trust anyone else
No.
with like my
Not,
WoW
not for a
account or
paid.
anything.
Not,
I don't even give a shit really about WoW, but I just feel like that's somehow still my entire.
I would never
You
do it
spend so
anymore.
much time on it, you don't want to give it
I don't
anyone
know. I don't
else.
care. I just feel like they'll steal everything that I don't own because I don't own anything. But like,
You're gonna steal our guild.
yeah, steal our fucking level 0 guild.
4?
What I'm most scared
Zero
about
four.
is someone like overriding any sort of like time and effort that I put into something.
Well, by just deleting a character.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my
If,
sister did
if
that
I
to me
if
once.
I like collect a certain like thing and I have a plan for it, and someone goes onto my account and uses it a way that I don't want to use it, then that would make me really, really mad.
Well,
This is me.
You just get real passionate.
Was it when I used to, back when I had a PS1?
Wait.
Yes, I'm talking about this.
Yes,
Yeah. I used to play like
Pussy one.
Crash Bandicoot games all the time.
Yeah.
And what?
I was playing Crash Bandicoot 2 today.
Oh, well, anyway.
Sorry.
Tell us about the impossible level after this.
The what?
The impossible level after the
What?
Kenny stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Anyway, I was playing my save file, and I'd like gotten so far into it that I was like close to the end or something, and then my sister asked if she could play. I'm like, yeah, sure, just make a new file. And she's like, oh, I don't know how to do this, so I made it for her, and then she saved it over mine, and
Think that
I
means-
lost it. I gave up on Crash Bandicoot.
Didn't that happen to someone on Black Flag? Someone's file got saved
Yeah.
over?
Yeah.
No, yours.
Done.
It disappeared. I was like,
Just
oh,
disappeared.
whatever, I'm not playing this again.
Yeah, and then,
It was on, like, a
and then
different
I gave up.
account,
And
too, wasn't
Probably
yeah,
80%
never played it
of the
again.
games I've played, I've lost my save files, and that's why I haven't finished them.
Wow.
That includes Bioshock 1,
Never
Borderlands, happened to be twice. I'd
Whoa.
like, fuck off.
But Borderlands is a game that I've started
Happened
from
many
scratch
times in
about
Skyrim.
25 times.
Yeah, same.
I hate it.
I've started
Never
Skyrim
played
over
that
like
game ever again.
10 times.
That's nothing.
He started 10 times in 2 hours.
No, I don't like this
Started
character
10
anymore.
times before the game was fucking released.
I used to be exactly the same. I made.
It's like, nah, my character's nose is a
200.
little bit high.
I probably made like 200
Like
Baldur's
me,
Gate
Blaze!
characters in my
But I've like
childhood.
done half the story. Sorry.
I I've got a story on the saving over stuff.
No one wants to hear it, can't
The
they?
first time,
Good guy.
Okay.
first time I ever played a Pokemon game was on one of my friends' Game Boy.
You don't have any.
Oh, James, yeah. And so I was just playing there. He's like, "Oh yeah, you can have a go." I'm like, "Oh cool, I'll play as like this character," and started off. And I thought, it's before I knew there was only one save game on there.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll save this. I might play this a bit later if I can play it again." So like I saved it, and then a little bit later, it's like, "You didn't save it, did you?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, isn't there like more than one save game?" And it's like, "No, there isn't." And then like, he finished the complete game, like the Elite Four, ate all the 8 badges and the legendary shit. I was like, "Oh, sorry."
What game was it?
And then, is this how you lost all your
Sapphire,
friends?
Pokemon Sapphire or something?
He
So
lost all
I'm
of them.
playing, yeah, Crash Bandicoot 2 today. Neo Cortex Strikes Back.
Is that the second one?
Yeah. So I was up to the last 5 levels.
Oh.
And I did the first level, or the second one. Holy shit.
What was it?
You get a jetpack, and you're in space, and
Oh,
the controls are inverted.
I played that.
What?
Can't
So
you
you
just invert them back
Like,
in the settings?
Just go to options and invert, and they'll be like.
No, but
Anyway.
No, but I tried
We
for
just
so
don't
long.
understand.
no, so you have
but
to press
don't-
like
don't
X to
break
go
it down.
forward and circle to go back.
That's not the boss battle, is it?
No, no. And there's just like lasers going everywhere, and I was just like playing it for a good hour. My head just couldn't get around the inverted controls. I'm like,
Does anyone here play with inverted?
No.
No.
Inverted controls
Fuck
are stupid.
I-
No,
not at
actually,
all.
if you think about it, it makes sense.
Unless you're playing like a flight simulator,
Yeah.
it really
Think-
doesn't.
No, but think about it in terms of the orientation of your head.
Yeah.
You move the thumbstick back,
So it's
and
like
your head
pushes it
moves
back.
back.
yeah, you look up,
You look up.
and if you push
Forward.
it forward.
Hey Nick, does it make you feel bad if I
You
tell
look
you I
down.
finished that game when I was 10?
No, it's fine.
That helps.
I guess I can't understand it. But
I
like maybe in first
That's
person
what I was
games, but I've
thinking
seen
when I was,
third person games that are like.
Playing
Invert. Like, why would you do it
Legend
in
of
third
Zelda
person?
Ocarina of Time on my DS. I'm like, how do kids play this?
How did they finish this?
I
It has
don't know.
no indication where to go.
I think
It's just
kids
because
don't really
kids
get that
just wander.
mad.
Yeah, I know.
Kids
Is
just
it-
wander until something happens.
I'm just
and
like,
then
give
it's
me direction.
"Ah, I can wander some more.
Yay!
I got stuck. Like,
Hey, I
I
think
played
I've been here
Jess's
before.
copy, and I got stuck like probably only 20
Was I
minutes.
Yeah,
in.
so I
watching
was
you
like,
play
so-
it, and you had no idea what to do, and then all we had to do was like move a brick, and you tried it
Yeah.
100 times
Yeah.
until we looked up the guide. The brick did not move.
Mel's
what's
been
this
watching me
game?
play, and
I've
she's
been
like
inside.
getting so angry. She's
What
like,
is
go
it?
there! And I'm like, let me do it myself.
Because she
I'm like,
knows.
I'm my own man.
Every time
tell me
anyone
how to play
talks
games.
about any Nintendo game, it just goes like,
I'm
I have no idea.
I'm
I've
not a
never
Nintendo
liked Nintendo.
Fanboy.
Mario Kart.
looking forward to Smash Brothers.
I've never
Oh, dear.
played any of the Nintendo
I like
games,
Pokemon, and I probably
really.
draw a line
Except
there.
on my
Not
Game
in
Boy.
Smash Bros or something.
I like Smash Bros, but like I wouldn't like play it all day.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, I like a bit of Smash Brothers. I wouldn't buy
The
it.
party games, they're fun. Like Mario Kart and Super
I've
Smash
never
Bros.
really played Super Smash
I love
Bros.
Mario.
GoldenEye's alright, but like
Oh,
most
no.
Nintendo games, I just
64.
get really annoyed.
Hooked to the wall in multiplayer. Fuck yeah.
I speaking of Crash Bandicoot, as we obviously are, Crash Bandicoot 3 is an amazing game. Do you have that one?
No, I don't got 2. On my PS3.
Get number 3 if you can. Crash Bandicoot Warped. It's fucking amazing.
Is that where you get the apple zoo, like the Wampa gun?
Yeah,
thing?
Apple Zoo.
It's a Wampa fruit, not an apple.
Yeah, but
They're always
Sure, it's not
Yeah.
sure it's not
fucking
a
apples.
Wampa Zuka.
What is it?
I
Yeah,
remember when
you-
I was a kid, after playing I think, the first Crash Bandicoot, there was a boss, I think the first level boss, where he'd like sort of spin around, lift up something, and then like slam down
Oh,
and try
the-
to hit ya.
The
Yeah.
big fat belly
Yeah, after
Indian.
playing that at my friend's house one
Indian?
time, I went home and I was just like in my room doing whatever. I tried to imitate this guy.
Oh,
I was standing on my bed, I was turning around, and I lifted up like a broomstick, and I smashed the light above me. Yeah, it was
Oh, well done.
Who smashed the light
Only
on my
you.
shed during a party? Was it
Sure, it was me. actually.
Yeah,
I
you had
remember-
a walkie or something, didn't you?
I can't remember.
In your shed.
I remember
Yeah,
we were
Dante
playing-
actually wrecks a surprise.
I remember when we were playing darts and you got mad, you threw it, you hit the wire it was hanging up on, fell down, ran out of the
It's a
shed.
fucking wire, the tiniest wire, and I hit it with the dart.
You
I
couldn't,
remember
you couldn't
when-
hit the ball much at all, but you
Nick,
hit
I
the
wonder
wire.
if I still have that video. You were hitting a tennis ball against the wall, and you were hitting it, and then it just got caught in the middle of your
Everyone's
tennis
just
racket.
like,
And you're like,
"Where'd it
oh. I know I saw
I
that
think I've
video
still
like
got it.
a year ago.
Yeah, I've still got
I
something.
might still have it.
It was really
That
funny.
was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Hey Dante, I want you to tell that story about when you were a kid and you apparently saw a ghost.
And you put your
What?
finger in your bum. For
Can
the
you
first
remember
time.
it?
What was that? When I was in
He's-
bed or something?
Yeah.
Just been to therapy
like
to, get,
next to
to
you, like-
forget about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mom told me about that.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Hey,
this at
Sean.
all.
Let me tell you a story.
When I was little, my mum would read me a story when I was get me to sleep or whatever. She was just like lying next to me, comforting me.
What?
Hey, what?
Comforting me
Oh, yeah.
because I was a child.
Hey.
Apparently, I kept looking off to the right of the bed, over like on my mum's side, and smiling at something. And my mum asked me what I was looking at, and she told me that I said there was a man standing there tipping his hat at me.
No.
Yeah.
And
Holy
when
fucking
I
shit.
told her that, she said, "Oh, it must be your pop, because he had died when I was like 1 year old or something like that."
Natural
Yeah.
conclusion.
Yeah,
Whoa.
so
That story is still scary, kind
Whoa.
of, but it's funny because he's tipping his hat.
Yeah,
No, I'm picturing a really scary looking guy.
Just
with,
I'm
like-
picturing like a Slender Man. looking-
Yeah.
this just did.
I'm
was
getting
actually
creeped out.
Slender Man.
Oh, there he is now.
Oh.
Come sit down. please, Slender Man.
Supposedly, my mum has seen a ghost as well. Supposedly, after I was born, when she was in hospital, she remembers lying. No, she
Who are
remembers
you
like
talking to, Nick?
lying in the bed after, like a few days afterwards, and like just after she woke up, she's seen like supposedly the ghosts of her grandparent, or not grandparents, her great grandparents or something, at the end of it, like at the foot of her bed, like just there for some
Whoa.
reason. And like she said, she can.
Well, she
still,
just like,
no, I don't know, but she says she can still remember to this day, like seeing them as clear as day.
that's so weird.
Yeah.
I currently in my life, I have no idea whether I believe in spirits.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No
either.
idea. A
Meth-
couple of
meth
times in my
or-
life, I've thought something has happened, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that was definitely supernatural. A couple of times in my life.
I'd have to
Like,
say
yeah,
I've had
sleep
that.
stuff.
I've had that
But
feeling.
I've
as
had
well.
like 4 solid years where I'm like, no.
Think
Full on
about it in
atheist. I don't
terms of
believe in
the
anything
human
else.
brain. The human brain comes to conclusions from like normal phenomenon, and it just makes it weird.
The weird
because
things
we have an
that
imagination.
the weirdest
Exactly.
things that happened was when I was like full atheist though, and I'm like, I was terrified
Oh my
because
God,
this is like, oh, this
It's
is,
weird
like, real.
because I used to be like extremely against everything. Like nothing's real. Whatever. Nothing is possible.
Nothing's
like,
real.
Nothing's real. It is all a lie. Anyway. The
Matrix.
and things did used to scare me, like freak me out when I was like so against anybody else's ideas. And then
Yeah.
like a few years back, I'm like, oh, maybe there's something, but I don't know what. And
Yeah.
that's what I believe now. There might be something out there, but I'm not too sure. And
Agnostic.
ever since I started
Agnostic.
thinking that, I haven't had anything scare me in that way
Really?
ever since. Yeah.
I would identify myself as agnostic, but I don't want to be a faggot and actually say that I'm agnostic.
Oh, gee,
Yeah.
thanks.
I'm pretty much
oh my
the
God.
same now.
I still am pretty anti-religion.
Yeah.
You are the most anti-religion person I know, Sean.
Yeah.
I don't like
I'm pretty
But
anti-religion.
in saying
No,
that,
but
like,
Sean actively like brings down religious.
I-
only when
I
people
did
bring it
that
into a
for
situation where
so
it doesn't
long.
need to be there.
It's
like,
just organized religion is what
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off. There's no point.
it's
Everyone
I
can
think-
have their own
You
personal
should burn
religion.
down.
Yeah, that's
you should
true.
burn all their
Alright.
stationery then.
I'll fucking burn it down. I don't care.
just yeah.
As long as I don't
Organised.
kill a person.
That makes
They
me
have it
just go,
burned
no,
down like
no,
churches.
you're wrong.
I'm moving to Norway.
I don't know. I don't like when I don't believe in any particular religion, but I think I hate it more when people like say your religion is wrong, because because religion doesn't necessarily have to be like the controlling force of your life. It
No,
is for
definitely
some
doesn't.
people, but if you get some sort of like happiness out of any religion, then I
Yeah,
think that it's
yeah.
a good thing.
I'm like that now. I'm content with my own beliefs that I don't really bother. I don't mind anyone else's.
Mm.
You can believe what you want. It doesn't
Yeah.
bother me at all. I
But-
used to get mad when
Yeah.
people believed in God.
You are like within your rights to be angry at people that shove it down your throat, though.
There I
Yeah.
am. That's
See,
what I get.
I've had a lot of experience with organized religion,
Yeah.
which is why I really don't like it.
I've
It's
had
like-
a lot of experience as well. So I went to fucking
I have
Baptist college.
Very little.
Soldier,
Yeah.
the worst.
It was shit.
My
Well,
entire
it's like-
life,
I
I've
was-
been raised as like no religion is right or wrong. So
That's how I wish I was raised.
That's a good.
I was
way to
raised
look at it.
Catholic, and I really, since I was a kid, I was like, this is not for me. I
Irish
do not
Catholic?
believe in any of this. Yeah, of course I'm Irish Catholic. Roman Irish Catholic.
crushing guilt.
Fucking hell. Yeah. My mum has like 7 kids. Of course I'm Irish Catholic. Because yeah, I knew. I'm like, for prep. I went to a Catholic school. I'm like, there's no way this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life is believe in this God at least, or any God particularly. And eventually, I hated it. I didn't want to go at all, so I stopped believing in it completely. And yeah, I was like, oh, I don't believe in anything. And then a couple of members of my family got involved in like a cult. So then we went to that. Well, I think we were in it for like 6 months, and that
So you
was
actually
really
went to it?
intense. What?
So you actually witnessed this?
I went to
A
it. I
cult.
was a
I,
part of it.
I remember you telling me this.
Well,
a while
And it
back.
was out of control. People were speaking in tongues, and it was like full on like like doing all that sort of crazy shit. And the leader of it
seen people
was like, oh, it was out of control. He was like the biggest, almost dictator you can imagine. It was crazy. He had so much control over all these people in the cult, and he just wanted to be a part of everyone's lives in every single way. And they weren't really allowed to talk to anyone outside of the religion or anything. And almost constantly they were meeting up. And one night, they had, he was a pastor. His name was, I'm not going to say his name, but he was a pastor. Yeah. Linguini. And so he was the head of it. He pretty much started it. Oh my God. Son of a bitch, mate.
bit slow on the uptake there, Chris.
What?
Oh, you know.
Pastor? What are you, fucking English?
Pastor.
So yeah, he was in charge. He was the head of it, and next they were called brothers, and they were like the secondary in command. And this one night, one guy came over to my house, and I was just living with my mum and my brother Nick, my older brother, and my young brother William. I can't remember if my sister Erin was living there or not. But anyway, this guy came over that night, and I think my parents were separated or divorced at the time or something. And this guy was like saying all this stuff about my dad because he wasn't in the religion. He's saying like he's an idiot, like you shouldn't be talking to your dad and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, hold the fuck up now. And
What do you
then
think
that's when
was
I'm
gonna
like,
happen?
fuck organized religion forever. Fuck this.
Like,
Yeah.
you can remember that.
Like, what
as
did he
it's a
expect me
big
to do? Be like, yeah, I'm not going to talk to my dad anymore.
Oh,
Like, it's so
God.
fucked up.
What
And
did you say to him?
I don't know. I was like 13. I didn't have any confidence to
it's
say
such
anything.
an arrogant attitude as well.
Yeah.
To go to someone's house and tell them how to
Exactly.
live their life, and that's their personal life. That's something that they have to live for the rest of their existence.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Ah.
And just the people in it, together they seemed happy, you know, but they were all so lonely. It's weird because they were so isolated from the outside
They
world,
weren't
and they were all
social
really
at all.
ignorant. That's the worst part about organized religion is the longer you're in it,
The more you believe it.
and the more ignorant you
Yeah.
get. And
But
that's why.
still, if it makes you happy, I think it's okay. Even if it is a cult, like all religions were once a cult.
I think all religions are cults, basically, but like
Cult.
when
cult
I
is
say
basically
cult, I just
perspective.
describe it as like an extreme version of religion.
Yeah.
But
I just want to be a part of one of those like religions in America where the black choirs just go crazy. That is so much
that's
fun.
what it was like.
Break your
Everyone
own
would be
song.
singing like crazy. Everyone,
That is awesome.
it was crazy. There was like big band and
Were they
stuff.
black?
No. Oh, there was black people in there. They weren't prejudiced or anything. But he was also very anti
Semitic.
native Australians.
Oh, that's
He
not good.
talked so much shit about Aboriginals and
Jesus.
all that sort of stuff, and he'd be saying all this stuff about how we shouldn't have to apologise for taking the land, and he was very pro-monarchy, so he'd always be saying, he was like praising the Queen. It was so weird.
That's crazy.
It was so weird. I was like, what?
No one
It seems
praises
like he
the Queen anymore.
completely manipulated religious beliefs to try and force his own beliefs.
Well, that's pretty much what a religion is.
I think
making other
that
people-
is where you draw the line between religion and a cult. Actually.
Yeah.
If it's
Well,
if it's a religion, then it's not necessarily your personal views.
You
Whereas if
represent
it's a cult, then
zero.
you have to. There has to be a leader of a cult. I mean, I guess you could say the Pope is the leader of Catholicism, but like, it goes back too far for it to be
so broad that
called
you
a cult.
can't. Yeah.
Because it came from this Christianity, which originally stemmed from Judaism.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, everything sort of offshoots of each other thing. Like, I think the history of the one I went to, it started from another thing, and they sort of all joined together eventually. But anyway, I'm happy being a slightly spiritual person now. I'm just content.
you're gonna
in
call
my-
your first son Moonbeam.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
I was gonna call all my sons
I'm
Moonbeam.
gonna call him River, Tree, I got orange, Rainbow, Cow Poo.
Bark.
Hey Chris, remember when Clark pulled a condom out of your room? I was like, why is there a fucking condom in the
Which time?
Has he done it multiple
You said
times?
3 times.
I
talking
saw
about
it
this.
twice, I think.
Were they like used or just like playing?
No, they're from the
God.
bin, I think,
Not
weren't they?
used.
Oh, were they?
God,
I was too
used.
scared to closely inspect. I was just like,
Nah.
what happened last night
Oh,
while I was in bed?
It was came out just like
Sorry.
I really did grow up on computer instead of consoles.
Same.
And
Yeah, I grew up on
RTSs.
consoles.
That's why
I
I'm
grew up
so
on
good at
consoles,
Mario
but-
Kart.
yeah.
I grew up with
Grew
a
up on-
dad that played video games, so like I
So did I.
I did for a little
lot
while.
of video games in my childhood.
Yeah, I grew up playing a lot of console, and now that I've got this kick-ass computer, I'm like, screw it, I'm only going to play games on console if I need to.
How
play them on
fucking
console.
awesome is it when you can just do anything on your computer?
Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm like
I don't know.
playing Fallout 3.
I don't know.
I'm playing Fallout 3 now with like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I can play literally any game.
Yeah,
It's awesome, and I can download
and the
like any
graphics are
program
always
that I
better.
want.
Yeah.
But we don't pirate
The
anything.
potential.
No, we
I
wouldn't do
I
that.
get mad at pirating games now though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A
think
couple
I
of years
used to
ago,
do it
I was
if
like,
I
I'll pirate
wanted.
whatever. I don't give a shit.
I used to be like that. I try and buy everything now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
same.
like games.
I'll download something if I'm like, I would not buy it, but I would like to play it. Like, in the situation where I
So
wanna
if
play
you
something
might
that-
consider buying it, you're like, oh, I won't pirate it. I'll buy it.
most of the games that I pirate, I wouldn't play if I like had to buy it.
That was like when I wanted to play Fallout 3. Sorry, James. I wanted to play Fallout 3 for like a while now, so I thought I'd eventually get on my computer, and I was looking on Steam and it was like on special, like 50% off. I was just like, oh, I'll just buy
Fucking
it.
Steam
Yeah.
sale.
Oh, I know.
Amazing.
I was considering torrenting it, but then I felt bad. I felt like, I can't do that. It's just not right.
$5. Like, why would you even torrent most games now anyway?
Yeah.
Steam sales are just amazing.
Fuck.
The
Probably
one
told all.
Everything gets on.
One
sale at some point.
big game that I did torrent was Skyrim, because I got it the day it came out, because I'm like, I just won't be able to afford
I'm gonna
this
have to
for
buy
so
that
long.
again.
But I
Hey,
was
John,
seriously
good
like, I'm definitely going to buy this one day. And as soon as I could afford to do it reasonably, I bought it. I haven't played it since.
Well, hey, you
I
support
bought
the
Skyrim
so-
on PS3 on release,
Yeah.
and then I pirated it on PC when I actually had a computer that could run it. And then, like, I think it was a year or 2 years later, I actually bought it on PC.
Yeah,
I've actually bought
Such a
Skyrim
good game.
twice.
I bought it
Good.
for Xbox, and
I've been
then
spoiled by
I
mods.
haven't done it yet.
I spend more time modding it than playing.
You did spend a lot of time.
But the game that I've
You're like,
bought the
woo,
most
big
times,
head, woo.
I bought Baldur's
That
Gate
was
3 times.
What?
I bought it once when it first came out. Again when I found a package deal in 2012, and then I bought it again on Steam when they had the enhanced edition. And then I bought the second one as well.
That reminds me, there's a Flash game coming out that I think you'll like. I think it's called Boss Level or something like that. You have 1 life and 1 arrow, and you've got to work out where to shoot and work out the timing through, obviously, trial and error to get past each level. You have 1 life, 1 arrow, and you've got to work out their pattern, their attack style.
Do you pick up more arrows if you kill something?
Each level you've got 1 arrow.
So you can only kill one thing.
There is only 1 boss.
Oh.
The game is just boss fights. Like, you as a little person as an archer, I guess, versus
I'm a little person?
a boss. No, just a little bit.
Whoa,
I don't wanna play
whoa,
as
what are
a
you
little
trying to say here,
person.
Sean?
But yeah, I think you did like it.
Wait, is little person the politically correct term?
Yeah.
Or...
Politically correct it is.
I find that more degrading than dwarf, or
I don't know.
maybe not midget. But
I don't know
little
if you're
person-
allowed to find it degrading. You're not a little person.
I know, but like, that's if
So you're just saying if you're
I
in
just
the
think it
mind
sounds
frame.
more offensive to say little person.
Yeah.
I would definitely
it's
find
like-
midget offensive, and I would probably find little person annoying. I'd be like, just call me a person.
Yeah.
That's what I would probably be like.
Well,
This
that's dwarf.
is something that's very, very controversial.
Isn't it
And I
called
won't
dwarf,
say it if
isn't
no
it?
one wants to talk about a controversial topic.
There's the difference between
What is it?
dwarves and midgets.
It's just a controversial topic. I was going through, I saw like a picture on something to do with feminism today. And I was like, no,
I
that's
saw
fine.
you
That's
bringing
fine.
it
That's
up.
fine.
Oh,
That's
sex
fine.
joke.
What?
That's fine. There was a
we are
comment.
the best group of people to talk about feminism. Am I right, guys?
There was a comment on there saying, let's not get started on feminism because there's so many different genders between male and female.
What?
I'm not.
What are your opinions on this sort of thing? Like
I'm not.
transsexuals, all
Personally,
those
I
people
think
feel like they should have a different label.
I have
for
a
themselves.
very, I have
Like,
a
do they
very
need that
bad
label?
like opinion. It's sort of, I think a lot of people would be offended by my opinion.
That's me too.
But I keep it to myself usually. But since you brought it up, I figure that as far as survival of the fittest goes, if you are a man that identifies as a woman, you are unlikely to breed, and so it doesn't make sense.
As far as evolution goes, anything but heterosexuality is fucked up.
Yeah.
But in modern day society, it's almost irrelevant. So I just have
It's,
no.
yeah, we're no
It's
longer
like
survivors.
fucked up.
It
Biologically,
is in terms
it
of
is.
evolution because
What
if
do you mean
you're
by fucked it means like something just went wrong, or
it just
You think
shouldn't
you're
happen. Like it's fucked up in terms of you're
It's like-
fucked up in evolution because you're not going to have any kids.
It's like the purpose of life is to continue life.
yeah, I know.
But that's
There
what
it
I'm
is.
saying.
Meaning of life.
Completely
In terms
opposite
of-
that.
Evolution,
The
it
vision of life
is.
is
But I really modern days it doesn't really matter.
No.
What's the difference of fucking a man and not having a child and just not having a child? There's no difference. So
Fucking a
what does it
woman and
matter?
not having a child.
Yeah.
There's no
Really?
difference. Really.
You can
I would
fuck a man
probably
who's adopted
feel-
child.
I would probably feel like an evolutionarily. Oh my fucking god!
Come on,
I'd
say
probably
it.
feel like a failure if I didn't have kids before I died. Because why would you do that?
Yeah.
Adopted kid.
That doesn't
Would that be
count.
safe?
No,
No?
no. it
What
doesn't
about
count.
what about those people who can't have kids?
Well, obviously.
I'm not
that's
saying that they're failures. I'm just
Whoa,
saying
whoa,
in
whoa,
terms
whoa,
of my life.
Yeah.
Lots of people can't have kids, and it's
Good
almost
choose.
doesn't matter because they live happy lives.
Yeah.
I'm saying that
I,
even if I don't have kids, I will still live a happy life. I hope I have a happy life.
Yes.
Are you
not-
happy right
I'm
now?
not going to be like, at the end of my life, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, I don't have any fun kids, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Something else on that topic though is that I think these days people seem to be way more entitled.
to their
So-
opinions.
Not so
Just
much
to
to their
themselves.
opinions,
Yeah.
just to themselves. They believe that they have the right
Yeah.
to do anything, which I mean technically
You
is
do.
true.
It's starting to happen more
But
though. It's
why-
true. It's because they
why,
think that
why
they
do
get
we
it.
need to, like, I don't know about it? Like, okay, fine, you changed gender, but you don't need to have a label that
I
tells
know.
everybody
because,
around
people-
you.
It's
people
because
don't-
it's
I've never
all
had it rubbed in my
about
face,
their
though.
self-identity. They
The only-
want to be known as
No, but they like
Only
talking about
place
putting it
that
on
I've had
forms, about putting it
transsexuality-
in. Yeah.
The only place that I've had transsexuality shoved in my face is online, and that's because there are no repercussions to people acting like dickheads on the internet.
Yeah, people in real life are pretty much fine.
Yeah,
in terms of
even if they like
manners.
deep down identify themselves as a woman.
Exactly.
Probably a lot of them
They
get
won't bother.
really embarrassed about it, so that's why they don't really bring it up.
Like that's-
Do you think that, there's a lot of people that identify as anything but male or female, or
That's what I mean.
heterosexuality?
that's
you-
Some people,
I'm
some
bringing up a
people
question.
identify themselves
Do you think
as animals, like furries.
Yeah.
Like,
But do you
where
think
draw
that
the
that
line?
sort of stuff has been brought on by society, or if it's a thing that's starting to happen biologically?
This can't be biological. Like we're not.
But they
evolving
say
anymore.
homosexuality is biological.
But that's
They say
been, but,
one-
that, but homosexuality has been around.
yeah, but nowhere
So-
near as much.
I think now it's just because it's more socially acceptable.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
was
Like, do you
socially
think it's because
acceptable
people
in
are coming out?
Italian Renaissance.
Yeah, it was like in certain parts of history, in certain cultures, it was definitely acceptable.
Think about the
Like-
ancient Greeks.
Yeah.
They were
fucking each
all
other in the
for it.
assholes.
How? But what? So what you're getting at is like, how does a male go? All right, well, I'm actually female.
What?
How does that thought
I
come
don't think a
around?
male.
It's
can
they don't think
identify
I'm
as
actually
being-
female. They just sort of they just
don't
feel
feel right.
uncomfortable. Yeah, they don't feel right.
They have female
What
ideologies.
causes that? Then?
That's
what
we
we're
don't know.
discussing.
I don't
No, no.
I don't know if it's like a confirmed thing, whether it's
I think
nature or
it's-
nurture.
I think it's a combination of just like personality, upbringing, and just like setting. Like if you went to like a third world country, you would not find nearly.
Yeah, exactly. But is that because it's repressed or it's not there?
I think it's more repressed
I would say it's
because it's not like the occurrence of it is like magic.
Mm.
It has to be scientific.
But yeah, I really think anyone should be able to identify with whatever they want. Because I saw, I can't remember what the page is called, but it's like a pro-LGBT Australian. It's like marriage equality maybe. But I saw an article on, there's a boy who identified as a girl. I think it was like around 10 or something.
So,
And yeah, he wanted to use the toilets, women's toilet, girls' toilets at school or something. And reading that article, I don't know what it was, but it really made me realize just how important it is to someone to identify with what they want to identify with, like being a male or a female. Just imagine if people, you were like, I'm a man, and people started genuinely
Saying that.
calling you a girl. You're like, I'm a man. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not right. I'm a man.
They
I'm
don't
not a girl.
know anything
That's
else.
pretty much what it feels like for them.
That's a
So
very good point.
Especially
you
if
have
you're
to
a
relate
kid.
to it too. Yeah,
Oh,
especially
If
for
you're a
kids.
kid, you get influenced by all the people around you. Eventually,
Yeah.
you'll grow up thinking, "What do we do?"
Alright,
That's
so
something.
if anyone actually listens to this podcast, very soon, next week I'm going to do another LA Noir, and very soon we're going to have a No More Room in Hell. We might actually have two.
we're actually gonna
I'm not sure.
We're going to have our final draft of our script tonight, and
me and Sean. Sean doesn't know about this, but me and Sean, or maybe even me and James, are going to do a Amnesia Let's Play.
yeah,
I will do that.
I actually started playing Amnesia today.
say
I've
let's
never
play
played.
chick.
I need.
I also am thinking of doing an Antechamber one.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah,
that's gonna be
Hotline
so
Miami.
annoying.
And then we're gonna have a whole
Because-
group one of Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, what
together.
I played 5 minutes Hotline
Can we-
Miami. I
is
got
that
so
like a
mad
version?
I had to leave
Oh,
the
okay.
game.
I'm also going to upload my Binding of Isaac Let's Play
Yes.
on my own channel, and then I'll probably do a re-edit.
Did the-
for
I feel like I've been
my
doing
channel.
nothing.
You've eaten chips in the microphone.
That is your
alright.
contribution.
Well,
You're on the
you've
podcast.
only
Who
just
gives a
gotten
shit?
headphones.
I did think about it when I was eating it. I was like, alright, I'm dead, I'm not talking, this bit's going to be edited.
No,
out.
I haven't even got to that part yet.
Oh.
This is just before we're actually starting.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
I had to
that's-
listen to it. It's just gross for me because I had to listen to it to know where to cut. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Alright, sorry.
Alright, thanks for not listening. This has been James.
Dante.
Sean.
It is.
And Kenny signing off.
Goodbye.
Thanks, bitches!